Yes, Your Honor. So, Cynthia Sherwood and Austin Carell for Ryan Upchurch and Blue Moon. And we filed on March 31st, we filed a complaint and a request for a TR and temporary injunction. The temporary injunction was granted in April, and we are here today on the temporary injunction hearing, as well as our motion for default.
Mm-hmm.
So this case is about a betrayal of trust at the highest levels, betrayal of trust, as well as breaches of fiduciary duty owed by Ms. Burgess to Mr. Upchurch. Those breaches include material misrepresentations, theft of many millions of dollars worth of, theft out of his bank account, buying property. Yes, Your Honor.
She's trying to whisper to me. Okay. I don't hear whispering very well.
Some deeds.
Well, this is a hearing on the extension or the request for extension of injunctive relief that your client, Mr. Upchurch, has filed against his mother, Ms. Burgess.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alleging that she has misappropriated funds that belong to Mr. Upchurch as his business manager, that she has abused that position in misappropriated funds, if I understand correctly. And as a result of that, if I recall reading the file, that he alleges that she has purchased real property in her name using his funds. Is that?
Yes, Your Honor. So the property at issue, there's 7 houses in total. We've got the deed.
7 houses.
7 houses in total. The first house is titled, at least as far as the deed that we have, is one house titled in Patricia Upchurch's name. And if the court would follow along with me on the declaration that I filed today, if you go to the notice of filing, page 2 is a declaration, and we can walk through the property. It's on the first page of the declaration.
All right.
So the first piece of property is 1242 North Stroudsville Road. That property, as far as we can ascertain, the deed is in Austin Upchurch and Patricia Burgess's name. Patricia Burgess is Mr. Upchurch's mother and former business manager, and Austin is his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And that particular house, Mr. Upchurch did intend to buy a house to help his brother. The only surprise to Mr. Upchurch was that his name was not also on the deed. Then you go to exhibit number 2, or number 2 listed on that document, and it is Highway 41A, Pleasant View, Tennessee. That was the house purchased and titled in. So the next 3 houses, exhibits 2, 3, and 4, you see that, Your Honor, on the declaration? All 3 of those houses are titled in the name of Blue Moon LLC. Blue Moon LLC was an entity created, as Ms. Burgess even admits, and we'll look at an email here in a moment, to protect Mr. Upchurch. It is the successor to the original entity, Upchurch Enterprises, where all of Mr. Upchurch's earnings, we're talking millions and millions of dollars, were funneled into Upchurch Enterprises account. In 2017, Ms. Burgess came along and started operating as Mr. Upchurch's business manager. She'd always been around, but she took on a more active role. Then at some point in time, either she decided or someone decided that Blue Moon LLC would be created. And in that declaration that you've got, you'll see the very last page of that. It's a February 5th email from Ms. Burgess telling me, after this lawsuit is about to commence, but she told me, I formed Blue Moon to protect him legally as a management company. So this was Mr. Upchurch's understanding, that this was his company, it was formed for his protection. But then in her very next paragraph, she says, I'm leaving Tennessee and going to try to get someone to help me sell one of the Blue Moon homes to pay for security for me and my other sons. So Blue Moon was created as every bit of Mr. Upchurch's touring income, record sales, copyright, royalties went into, instead of going into Upchurch Enterprises, went into Blue Moon. So I got off script a little bit on the houses, because that's why these houses 2, 3, and 4 Highway 41, North Pool Street, and Clay Lake Road are titled